Welcome back to Just Callum on this lovely rainy day that we have with us. This video, I'm going to teach you a few essential knots for when you're out camping using tarps, tents, and all the like. Okay, so we'll start off. We're going to have a look at a few knots, do a close up, and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to start off with what is known as the king of knots. This will be the bowline knot. So what you're going to want to do is you want to drape the rope over your hands, or in this case paracord, over your hands. You've got the long piece and the short piece. The bowline is essentially a loop for the end of your paracord or your rope. What you're going to want to do, there's two things you need to remember for this. You need to remember the turning off the car, so the keys turning off the car, and you want to remember a phrase, the bunny comes out the hole, round the tree and back in the hole. Okay, so I'll work through these two with you now. So you're going to turn off the car. So to start off with, you're going to grab the long piece of rope, turn it off like that. So you're going to grab the long piece of rope like that, turn it off just like that. You're going to hold that loop in like that. Still got this small piece. Then the bunny is going to come out of his hole, around the tree like that, and back into his hole just like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab the bunny, grab the other piece that's next to the bunny, two long pieces. You're going to pull them together, let go of that, pull the long piece, and you have a bowline just like that. Okay, nice and simple. It doesn't slide up and it doesn't give, which is ideal. Great end loop for your rope for anything like a ridge line or anything like that. So the next one I'm going to show you is going to be an overhand knot. Now you're going to start off the same as you did with the bowline. Long piece coming up, looped over in your hand like that. And all you're going to do is you're just going to grab that. You're going to go around your fingers, poke through the hole your fingers are going through, and pull on that knot. And there you go, you have your overhand. And this is the same as the bowline. Is a good end loop for your paracord, your line, or whatever you may be using the rope for. Okay, so this will be the first part of the prusik loop. Now this is one I've made earlier. This is a prusik loop. Essentially what you have is one long piece of string, or cordage in this case, and you tie two knots and then you pull them together tightly. I'll show you what I'll do now. One long piece of string, nice and simple. What you're going to do is you're going to bring it around, tie a knot, a basic overhand knot, like so. Just a normal knot, like you start off tying your shoelaces around one piece of the rope, like that. Okay, this is the knot that slides up and down. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to take your other knot and you're going to tie that around the same piece of rope. So you tie it around like that. Okay, just like that. So you're going to have two knots, basic knots. Then you just pull them together, pull it tight, and you have the start of a prusik loop. We'll come on to prusik loops later on in the video when I get onto the ridgeline. The next one we're going to do is one that could be perceived to be quite difficult, but actually is quite easy. So this will be the alpine butterfly. Now, the alpine butterfly is very simple, but of course, as I say, it is difficult to get your head around. So when you look at it, first off, what you want to do is you want to drape the ropes. You've got the long bit in front of you, the short bit behind you, and you want to drag and drape that over your hands. So you have three lines across your hand. You've got the short end there, you've got the long end there. This generally, the alpine butterfly is used to hang stuff from the ridge line. You put it in your ridge line. It can also cut out a piece of possibly frayed or damaged cordage, so you don't have to worry about it snapping when you tighten up your ridge line. So you want to grab your middle piece, and the phrase that goes with this is under, over, under. So you want to grab your middle piece, you want to pull that under the end piece, loop it round so it's in front of those two pieces, and then loop it back underneath them. And what you want to do is you want to grab the top piece, the bottom piece, holding onto your loop, and just pull like that, just like that, and then open them out and pull sideways. Now what that does is that isolates a loop, so then when I put my ridge line up, I can have a hanging loop that isn't affected by the tautness whatsoever of the ridge line. So I'll show you that again. So you want to start off with your little loose short cord and then long cord down. You can wrap that around your hand 3 times. So you've got 1, 2, 3 strands. You're going to get your middle strand. You're going to pull that underneath, under. You're going to go over those two, and then you're going to go back under that one there. You can let go of that of your hand. You grab your long bit, you keep hold of your loop, Grab your long bit at the bottom, long bit at the top, give it a pull, just like that. And there is your alpine butterfly tucked in. And as I say, this will not pull out from anything. So brilliant for hanging stuff in your ridgeline, pots, lights, pans, anything like that. Maybe even if you're suspending something over some fire or something with your ridgeline. Okay. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to do a ridgeline. So you're going to start off again by doing your bowline knot. You're going to go around there. So you've got your nice loop like that over the top of your hand. You're going to turn the car off, hold your loop just like that, and the bunny's going to go out of his hole, out of his hole, round the tree, and back into his hole. Cool. You're going to grab your bunny and the rope the cordage just next to him, pull the bottom one, tighten it up, make sure it's nice and neat, and then you have your bowline. Now, we're going to use this to do a ridgeline. Found yourself your nice stick. What you're going to do is you get your bowline, you want to wrap it around your tree. Yeah, probably best. Like this. It's holly. I'll do it on that one. That one there. Okay. What you want to do, when you've got your nice stick, pop that next to your tree. You want to grab your bowline. You want to pop it around your tree. Like so. And then you're going to, if you want to do the quick release, so I've got my tree being taut there, I'm going to get my bowline, one hand, my long line in the other. I'm going to pass the long line through, but I'm not going to fully pass it through. I'm going to make this little pocket here. I'm going to grab my favourite stick, which I've very well hidden from myself. I'm going to pop that into the pocket, pull tightly on the longer string, and then I can wrench it up against the tree. Like that, you see? That's not going anywhere. And if I need to, then I can pull that out like that for a quick release. So, quick release. So there's two methods. You can pass the whole cordage through all the way. No need really to do that. I'm going to just do the quick release. So there's my pocket again. I've just passed the long string through the bowline into there. I've got my stick again. I'm going to make that a bit shorter. There's my stick. I'm going to pass it through the pocket, just like that. Pull it tight, and then I'm going to hinge it up against the tree, like that. Cool. Now, this will be your ridgeline. But what you want to do, pull it out to another tree. Let me show you. Okay. So, this is then how you do your trucker's hitch. Let's go. So I'm going to get my ridgeline. I'm going to turn it across on itself, flip the loop backwards. So you're going to turn the car on, you get a loop, fold it forwards, and pull through the line like that. So you get that nice loop in your line like that. Okay. You're going to pass your cordage through the line, and then you have the trucker's hitch, of which you can, I should have done it further up the line really. Okay. There you have your trucker's hitch, of which you can wrap that around your arm, into your hand, and wrench it up nice and tight, ready for any tarp or anything like your tent to be drawn across it. Now, I know you're thinking, well, hang on, how the heck am I supposed to tie that up? That's not going to hold itself. You're right, you're not. What you're going to do, nice and simply, once you've wrenched it up, nice and tight, this is where it snaps on me. Once you've wrenched it up nice and tight, you're going to put your hand on that, you're going to drape the long end over, you're going to reach through the hole, pull it up, and pull it back towards your hand. I can pull this length through, make the hole smaller, grab another stick, I can pull the whole length through, make it smaller, grab another stick, pop that through the hole, pull it tight, and that now will not come undone whatsoever. And then if I need to release it, I can just push slightly on the stick, drop it out like that, pull on the hole, it releases, and if I let go, it all drops down. Cool. So that's a ridgeline. I'll show you that one more time. Remember, you're turning your car on like that, getting your loop, you're going to fold it towards the tree, like that. Poke that through the hole you've just made. Grab the loose end, walk it back, and you can then tighten it right up. Just like so. Nice and tight. And then to lock it in place, you want to pinch there, drape your cordage over with terrible success. Up. Drape your cordage over to lock it, grab through the hole at your loose bit of cordage and pull it tight towards your hand, just like that. There you go. And that is a ridgeline, or this is the trucker's hitch, and that is your ridgeline. Now, what I mentioned earlier about the prusik loop, here's one I made. Nope, that isn't one. I'll show you one I have made earlier. It's in the other pocket. I have 12 pockets on me currently. So, here's one I made earlier. Prusik loop essentially is this. You pass it behind your ridgeline, or whatever you want to attach it to. So, pass it behind your ridgeline. I would suggest not at the top, because it's easy to pass it through. Pass it through itself, over the ridgeline, like that. And you've got what's known as a lark's head. If you keep going and pass it through again, and then one more time, you get what's known as a prusik loop. Now, prusik loops are brilliant because you can slide nice and easy along your ridgeline, super easy. But when it's put under any force, like that, pulled, they don't go anywhere. So it's perfect for any sort of tarping or tenting or even just canvas that you want to do. And then release it, it slides again. Nice and simple. That's a prusik loop. I hope this video has been informative and you've learned a little bit about making knots. As you can see, there's a ridge line. I've got the trucker's hitch. I showed you the prusik loop. I showed you the bow line and the overhand knot as well. Oh, and the alpine butterfly. That's the one. Alpine butterfly. Thank you, camerawoman. Yeah, hopefully you've learned something. If you have, that's brilliant. Please leave a like and subscribe. Please comment on any knots that you know that you want me to explain a bit more on, or show you how to do them. Knots. Yeah, hopefully this has been informative. All these different knots I've been showing in the video are really easy to do and should in theory be quite simple when you've had a bit of practice. Anyway, please subscribe, please leave a like. Don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. That'd be really helpful so you know whenever I upload. Okay, thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one.